All right, James.
Welcome back, everyone. This is part 3 of the King's Castle. King James, along with Blair Chopin.
Hey, guys.
And as I mentioned, it's been a very newsworthy couple of weeks in the world of professional wrestling.
That it has been.
But another big story, aside from the brand extension, was the long-awaited return of John Cena, which took place this past Monday Night on Raw.
Cena sucks.
Don't disappoint the fans, son.
I think they agree.
Anyway, I gotta say, Cena's return was quite interesting because he gave a very passionate speech about the troops, being that it was Memorial Day.
Of course he did.
And then, in a bizarre twist, he was interrupted by the phenomenal one, AJ Styles, who basically said, "Welcome back."
Mm-hmm.
And then AJ Styles' former, and I dare say former loosely, buddies in the club, Gallows and Anderson, came out there and tried
Plumbers, our plumber friends.
Tried to badmouth them. And it looked like Cena and Styles were going to team up to take on Gallows and Anderson in an impromptu fight. But then at the last second, AJ turned heel and decked Cena. Which I know a lot of the fans probably wouldn't agree with, but I think it's a great thing because they pulled off a huge ruse last week by making us think the club was going to disband, but the club's sticking together, and I think this could be a great rivalry, a dream match between Styles and Cena. I love it. What do you think about that?
I really don't see any negatives to it. I mean, Cena's kind of role has shifted within the WWE over the past couple of years to where his best role was probably ever, in my opinion, was of the United States Champion and holding the United States Champion Invitational, and that gave the opportunity of a lot of young superstars to get over.
Right.
So I think if AJ Styles has a lot of good matches with Cena, kind of like Kevin Owens did.
Right.
I think that helps both parties.
And on the other hand, this has the opportunity to bring in a lot of revenue because AJ Styles and John Cena are two of the biggest stars in the world of professional wrestling because Cena, he's built a phenomenal career here in the WWE as a 15-time champion, but
Right.
AJ has built a huge career with Impact because he was the first person ever in the history of Impact to win the Grand Slam, meaning he won every championship that was eligible to win by a TNA.
Right.
So this is huge. And like I said, this is a dream match that everyone has been wanting to see for a long time. And I can't wait to see if and when it becomes reality.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to become reality.
Now you said off camera that you think Cena is about to jump into other ventures.
I can see that.
But you honestly think he's gonna wear down anytime soon?
Well, I think about it. I think from John Cena's perspective and I think I kind of see it the same way I saw the thing that happened with The Rock in the early 2000s. Yeah, wrestling, it's great to keep wrestling around, but you know the consequences to your body.
Right.
And if he can make it more in movies and he can make it on TV, there's just more money there and there's less bodily harm. And I think you're seeing Cena step more and more, dip his toes more into the entertainment field. He's going to be the host of the ESPYs. And I think he's got potential to maybe be the new host with Kelly. The Kelly and Cena show.
That could be. Live with Kelly and John.
I mean, he'd be perfect for her. You can imagine them being flirty and everything. And I've never heard of anyone disliking John Cena.
Me either.
Like, personally. Everyone loves him. He seems like an all-American guy. And I say that in the nicest way possible.
And people say, including the legendary WWE Hall of Famer, the Governor Jesse Ventura, he once said, quote, "The key to wrestling is to get good at something else and then come back."
Right.
And then, well, would you agree with that?
I don't know if that's the key. I mean, I think it's kind of like, see, any sport where I think, and I consider wrestling a sport, where
Me
there's risk, there's a lot of contact involved, and there's risk for major injury. Your shelf life and your career most of the time isn't going to be that long. It's kind of like with professional football. So I think you kind of have to know what you're going to do after, if you want to.
Right.
Maybe not for financial reasons. Maybe I think John Cena could stop working forever and he'd probably be fine financially. But just to keep his...
He could probably make millions of dollars a year for the rest of his life.
But just as a competitor, I mean, he's got to find something to get his competitive juices flowing. And I think that's the toughest thing for athletes who are near that retirement phase or in that retirement phase.
Without a doubt. I mean, it would be tough. It'd be tough. If I was in Cena's shoes, it'd be tough for me to jump out that quickly and find another venture that quickly. But I guess
it depends.
I guess only time will tell.
It depends on how. I think Cena. I think his case is a bit different than The Rock's, because I think The Rock was a football player. Okay.
Yeah, for the University of Miami.
He was a football player who it didn't work out playing football, so he became a wrestler.
Right.
Similar to like Bill Goldberg.
Same to Goldberg, yeah.
Cena strikes me as a guy who always wanted to do is be a wrestler. So he's kind of... The Rock was, this. I'm really good at this. I'm making a lot of money at this. But if I can make more money at something else, I'll do that. Cena is, I like the other ventures, but I love being a wrestler. So I think as long as he can do it, he might do it.
Right.
But I don't know that for sure. And I mean, what if... I think a thing that changes things in his X Factor with Cena too is if he starts having kids and everything. That would change things.
But the other thing that concerns me is this. He's been the face of the company for probably...
Around a decade, if not more, right?
For probably 13 years now.
Yeah.
So if he were to step down, probably say before the year 2020, who could they possibly get to replace him? I mean, in order to do that, they would have to do something like turn Seth Rollins into a babyface.
Well, I mean, are you... I think they're actually pretty good. I think that's why John Cena's role has kind of been putting other people over,
right,
and trying to make them into stars. Sometimes it's worked. Sometimes we're still kind of seeing with Kevin Owens. I think it will eventually work because Kevin's a really talented guy.
Yeah,
but I think by that point, I mean, I think you're I hate to say it because I'm not the biggest fan, but I think you're underestimating Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. I think they could both.
I've been very supportive of Roman Reigns for a long time.
But I think he could be the face of the WWE.
He could be if the fans are on his side.
I mean, look at Finn Balor too. Could he not be a superstar, and could that not be a face of the company?
You know what? I didn't think about that, but it is possible once he gets out of the developmental circuit.
Because he's a superstar.
Yeah,
he's got a star written all over him.
Yeah, he's huge. We've had the privilege of seeing him in person. And I'll tell you something. That reaction that he got that one night at the arena is unlike anything I've ever seen.
Yeah, he's a star. And the thing, and even if they don't have a face of the company, they can keep bringing guys back who were faces of the company.
Right.
And having
people like Stone Cold and Foley and...
Yeah. Or The Undertaker could wrestle somebody. They have multiple guys who could help put people over, I think.
Right.
Which, if Goldberg came back, he could help do that too.
Well, I think he's kind of phased out, because think about it.
I don't know, James.
The thing is, we haven't seen him in 12 years.
I don't know. Then why is he an unlockable character if you pre-order WWE 2K17?
I don't know.
Then why in the promo was he walking out of Suplex?
Hey. We'll just see what happens over time. But stranger things have happened. We've seen people come back who we thought we'd never see. So
That is very true. But with the Cena thing, I'm glad he's back. He did God, I think, like, as far as my career, now you've watched Cena more than I have.
Yeah.
But it's rare to see someone his 13th or 14th year in. He peaked. I thought he was, like, doing his best job as a wrestler, those United States Invitational matches.
And the fact is, I think the thing that keeps Cena around is not necessarily the fact that he's able to just find another venture and get good at that. Because we knew he had that potential. But the thing is, he's able to keep his character evolving. Because if you think about it, when he made his debut in 2002, he was built around this ruthless aggression era, and he was a cocky
White rapper, huh?
He was a cocky rookie, and then he built himself as the white rapper who called himself the Doctor of Thugonomics. And then, since then, he's become a bona fide superstar. Not only as a wrestler, but also as a rap artist, because he did release an album in 2005. But that's a whole other story.
Yeah, but now he's kind of... It's funny, because now he's kind of the opposite of that character.
Exactly.
The rebellious guy who was a rapper and all that is now... Like, I couldn't imagine the Cena character that was a rapper giving that speech he did about the troops. Like, he's completely changed his character, which we see a lot of in wrestling.
And that's a good thing. Because,
you gotta be versatile to do that.
It keeps the fans interested and it keeps the character around.
Exactly.
So it makes sense. But anyway, when we come back, we're going to give you our recommends for the week and a whole lot more, so stick around.
Good job, man.